Okay, let's go ahead and make ourselves an area model. And we're going to put 273 on top. Bottom one we're going to split up to 300, 40, and 6. When we multiply the first one, we know this is 273 times 6. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do 273 times 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry 1. 6 times 7 is 42. 1 is 43. Carry 4. 6 times 2 is 12. And 4 is 16. So we know this is equal to 1638. On the second one, we have 273. And this time we're multiplying it by 40. So we're going to put our placeholder down so we can use our basic math facts. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 7 is 28. And 1 is 29. 4 times 2 is 8, and 2 is 10. So we know this one was equal to 10,920, and that was 273 times 40. Now our last one is 273, and we're multiplying that by 300. We have two placeholders. 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 7 is 21, carry a 2, 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 is 8. So that's going to be 300 times 273 equaled 81,900. Now we add up all these partial products. We get 8, 0, and 0 is 8. 3 and 2 and 5 and 0, so it's 5. We have 6 and 9 is 15, and 9 is 24. So we have 2 plus 1 is 3, and 4. And we have 1 plus 8 is 9. So we end up with 94,458. Now let's do the standard algorithm, see if we get the same thing. 6 times 3 is 18, carry our 1. 6 times 7 is 42, 1 is 43, carry our 4. 6 times 2 is 12, and 4 is 16. So that partial product was the same. On the second one, now we're doing 40, so I'm going to put a 0 here, just like we did in a partial product. Now 4 times 3 is 12. We're going to carry a 1. 4 times 7 is 28. 1 is 29. Carry our 2. 4 times 2 is 8, and 2 is 10. So this one came out as 10,920, which is the same partial product. Our last one is 300, so we're going to put 2 placeholders in there. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 7 is 21. Carry our 2. 3 times 2 is 6. And 2 is 8. Now let's go ahead and add them up, and we end up with 8, 5, that's 18, 24, carry 2, which would be 4, and 9. We have 94,458, exactly what we had before. So you can see the area model relates to the standard algorithm. Now on the second one, let's go ahead and do a quick area model. And we'll put 273 on top. Now this time, though, we have 300 on the bottom. We have a 10, but that's 0. In the area model, we do not represent 0. So we're going to put 6. So our first one is nothing more than 273 times 6. And the second one is 273 times 300. So now 273 times 6. 6 times 3 is 18, carry 1. 6 times 7 is 42, and 1 is 43. Carry our 4. 2 times 6 is 12, and 4 is 16. So we ended up with 1638. Our next one is 273 times 300. We have two placeholders. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 is 8. 81,900. We add these up, I have 81,900 and 1638. We're going to add those two partial products. We have 8, 3, 15, and that'd be 3 and 93,538. Now let's see, doing the standard algorithm if we get the same thing. 6 times 3 is 18, carry the 1. 6 times 7 is 42, and 1 is 43. Carry a 4. 6 times 4 is 12, and 4 is 16. So the first partial product is correct. Now we're going to put our two placeholders. We're multiplying by 300. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 7 is 21. Carry a 2. 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 is 8. We add them up. We have 8, 3, 15, carry 1, 3. So we 83,538, which is the same thing we ended up over here. 83,500. Now, once again, we're doing an area model, but we're just going to another place value. Instead of 3, now we have 4. So on top, I have 290. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Take that away. We're going to be doing 7,481 times 290. So on this one, I'm going to be doing 200 here and 90 here. So let's start off with 7,481, and I'm going to multiply that by 90. And I have my placeholder. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 4 is 36. And 7 would be 13, so 43. 9 times 7 would be 63 and be 67. So we end up with 600, for this one, 673,290. On the next one, now we can see that this is 7,481 and we're multiplying by 200. So to our two place values, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 8 is 16, carry 1, 2 times 4 is 8, and 1 is 9, and 2 times 7 is 14. So that's going to be 1,496,200. When we add these two up, we end up with 0, 9, 4, 9, 16, 11, carry our 1, and we have 2,169,490. Let's do our standard algorithm, see if it matches. 7,481, 290. Now we have 0. We didn't do zeros across, we're just putting our place value. Now we're doing 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 8 is 72. Carry our 7. 9 times 4 is 36, and 7 would be 43. Carry our 4, and 9 times 7 is 63, and 4 is 67. So 673,290, so that one checks. Now let's go to 200, so we're going to put two placeholders. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 8 is 16, we carry our 1. 2 times 4 is 8, and 1 is 9. And 2 times 7 is 14. We add it up, we have 0, 9, 4, 9, 16, carry our 1, and that was 4, so 10 to 11, and 2,169,490. Another one that checked with our standard algorithm. Our next one, we're doing our same area model. Up top, we're putting 7,018, and we're going to go with 209. So 7,018 times 9 would be 72. 9 times 1 is 9, and 7 is 16. Carry a 1. 9 times 0 is 0 and 1. 9 times 7 is 63. So we know this one is 63,162. And our second one I'll do on this side. We have 7,018 times 200. Put our two placeholders. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry 1. 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 is 3. 2 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 7 is 14. So we end up with 1,403,600. And if we add our first partial product to it, we'll end up with 2, 6, 7, 6, 6, 4, and 1. It should be 1,466,762. I was having a problem in that corner. My pen didn't want to write. Let's verify it with a standard algorithm. 7,018 times 209. 9 times 8 is 72, carry 7. 9 times 1 is 9, and 7 is 16, carry 1. 9 times 0 is 0, and 1. 9 times 7 is 63. So our first partial product checks. Put our two placeholders for 100, and now 2 times 8 is 16. We carry our 1. 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 is 3. 2 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 7 is 14. We add them up, our two partial products. That's 2, 6, 9, 6, 6, 4, 1. So we end up with 1,466,962, which that checks with our first area model. Next one, we're just using a standard algorithm. So we have 1,426, and I'm multiplying 357. Now, 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 2 is 14, and 4 is 18. 7 times 4 is 28, and 1 is 29. 7 times 1 is 7, and 2 is 9. So we've got our 1s done. Now we're going to our 10. So I'll put it down, and 5 times 6 is 30. Carry our 3. 5 times 2 is 10, and 3 is 13. Carry our 1. 5 times 4 is 20, and 1 is 21. Carry our 2. 5 times 1 is 5, and 2 is 7. Now going to our last place value, 100, so we're going to put 2 of them in. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry in our 1. 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 is 7. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry our 1. 3 times 1 is 3, and 1 is 4. Now we have 2, 8, 9 and 3 is 12, and 8 is 20. Carry our 2. 9 and 2 is 11, 12, 19. Carry our 1, be 20, maybe 10. Carry our 1, and be 5. 509,082. Since I didn't do an area model, let's do an estimate to verify it. We know 1,426 would be closer to 1,000. 357 would be closer to 400. Multiply the two together, we'd have 4 and 5 zeros. So we know our estimate should be approximately 400,000. Now we rounded both one down and one up, so it's hard to say whether it would be up or down. But if you can see, I rounded down more than I rounded up. I rounded down 400 here, and I only rounded up 50. So the net would be that my answer should be greater than 400,000. Okay, now we're doing 426 times 307. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 2 is 14, and 4 would be 16. 7 times 4 would be 28, and 1 would be 29. Now we're going to 0, but the tens, there is no 10 zeros, so we're going to go to the hundreds. And we're going to put two placeholders. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry our 1. 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 is 7. And 3 times 4 is 12. Add them up. 2, 6, 17, 9, 10, 3, 130,762. Let's do a quick estimate. 426 would be closer to 400. Times 307 would be close to 300. 4 times 3 would be 12 with 4 zeros. So it would be close to 120,000, which it is. Our next one is 1,426 times 307. 7 times 6 is 42. Carry a 4. 7 times 2 is 14, and 4 would be 16. Carry a 1. 7 times 4 is 28. 1 is 29. Carry a 2. 7 times 1 is 7, and 2 is 9. Once again, we have a 0 in the tens place. We're going to skip that, and we're going to go straight to the hundreds. So we're going to put two place values. 3 times 6 would be 18, carrying our 1. 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 is 7. 3 times 4 would be 12, carry our 1. And 3 times 1 would be 3, plus 1 would be 4. Add up our partial products. We have 2, 6, 17, carrying our 1, and that would be 17, carry our 1, 3, and 4. Doing an estimate, we can see this would be closer to 1,000 times 300, which would equal 3 and 5 zeros. So it'd be close to 300,000, and we rounded down 400 this time and only down 3, but we rounded down on both, so we know our answer would be greater than our estimate. The Hudson Valley Renegade Stadium holds approximately maximum of 4,505 people. During the height of their popularity, they sold out 219 consecutive games. How many tickets were sold during this time? Okay, so if we take a tape diagram, we know this stadium can hold 4,505 people per game, and it says they sold it out for 219, and we're looking for the total here. So in order to do that, we know this is 4,505 times 219. 9 times 5 would be 45, carry our 4. 9 times 0 would be 0 plus 4. 9 times 5 is 45, carry our 4. 9 times 4 is 36, and 4 would be 40. Now we're doing our 10, so put my place, and 1 times 4,505 would be 4,505. Now I'm going to my 100, so I'm going to put 2 place values. 2 times 5 would be 10, carrying our 1. 2 times 0 is 0 and 1. 2 times 5 would be 10 and carrying a 1. 2 times 4 would be 8 and 1 would be 9. Add them up would be 5, 9, 5, 6, 8, 9. Now we're looking at estimate. I know 4,505 would be close to 5,000. Now I know 219 would be close to 200. So our estimate is going to be 10, because 2 times 5 is 10, and 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be close to 1 million, and we're 986,000. We rounded up on our estimates, so we do know that our answer should be a little smaller than that. So it checks. So our total answer would be this one down here. 5. One Saturday at the farmer's market, each of the 94 vendors made $502 in profit. How much profit did all the vendors make? So once again, doing a tape diagram, it shows 502 profit, and it shows 94 vendors, and we're looking for total profit. So that's 502 times 94. 4 times 2 would be 8. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 5 is 20. Going to our 10s, we're put our placeholder. 9 times 2 would be 18, carry our 1. 9 times 0 is 0 and 1. 9 times 5 is 45. Be 88174. So 47,188. Let's do an estimate. That's 500, and 94 would be closest 10 would be 90. Multiply them, we got 3 zeros and 45. So it should be close to 45,000. We have 47,000. So that checks. It's always good to do an estimate to verify how close your answer is.